This is it, Purpose Warrior, Part 12, the final episode in our Unmasking Narcissism series. And this one is different because we're not just talking about what happened to you, we're talking about what God is about to do through you. Make sure that you like, subscribe, and share this message with someone who needs to be reminded that survival is not the end of their story, it's a starting point for divine purpose. And stick around until the end because I'm also going to announce our next series, crafted to meet you right where you are and take you even deeper into your healing and alignment with God. Let's go. Daniel was in what looked like the perfect Christian marriage. They served in church together. They prayed before bed. They hosted Bible studies. But privately, she was being gaslit, dismissed, emotionally drained. Her opinions were always too emotional. Her instincts, not submitted enough. Her dreams, selfish and distracting from her role as a wife. She began to silence herself, not just around him, but in front of God. She told me, I thought obedience meant disappearing. And when he finally walked out and left, taking their ministry platform with him, she hit rock bottom, not just emotionally, spiritually, physically. She told me she felt like her soul had been evicted from her body. But God never left her in that place. He allowed the relationship to fall apart because it was standing in the way of what he built her to become. I want to make this clear. Healing is not your finish line. It's your starting gate. You are not rescued from narcissistic abuse just to live a quiet, low impact life. You are healed to be activated. Romans 8:28 says this, all things work together for good to them that love God, even the gaslighting, even the abandonment, even the years you thought were wasted. It wasn't in vain. It was the soil where your purpose was growing, even when it looked like destruction. One of the most common questions that I hear as a coach is this. Okay, I've blocked them. I've done the work. But now what, Coach Lynn? Let me answer that clearly. Now you rise. You begin to walk in the identity that was buried under manipulation. You begin to rebuild the confidence that was stripped away in gaslighting cycles. You start asking God, what do you want to do with this pain? How can I multiply it into purpose? Because purpose isn't just about what you do. It's about who you become. Ephesians 2:10 says this, for we are his workmanship, created in Christ Jesus for good works, which God prepared beforehand. You were created for impact. And the fact that the enemy worked overtime to silence you is proof of how dangerous your voice is in the kingdom. As Danielle continued her journey through coaching with me, something began to change. She stopped asking, why did this happen to me? And she started asking, God, what do you want me to do with it? We worked on her rediscovering her spiritual gifts, reclaiming her ability to make decisions without fear, writing out a vision for the life that God was calling her to, and practicing confidence again in small daily steps. She started mentoring other women in her community. She built a small group and she launched a devotional blog. And I'll never forget when she looked at me in one of our sessions and she said, Coach Lynn, I finally understand. That relationship didn't break me. It birthed me. You might be watching this and thinking, that's amazing for Danielle, but how do I know I'm ready? Let me give you some signs that your soul is ready to shift. You're no longer triggered by their name, but you're still unsure what's next. You've started thinking about helping others, even if you're not fully healed. You feel a restlessness, like God's nudging you out of the wilderness. You're craving more than survival. You're hungry for assignment. That hunger, that's holy. That's the next stage of your healing. I want you to know this is what I help women walk through every day. If you've gone through narcissistic abuse, if you've done the inner work but don't know how to step into what's next, if you've been sensing there's more for you but you don't know where to begin, I'm here. As your life purpose coach, I help you to reconnect with your God given identity, to build clarity around your gifts and vision, to create a practical, spirit led path forward, and live in bold alignment with who God called you to be. Let's walk together. Book your free clarity call. The link is in this description. So here we are, the end of Unmasking Narcissism. But for you, this isn't just the end of a series. It's the beginning of your purpose season. And I want to invite you into what's next. Because starting next week, we begin our brand new 10-part series, Reclaiming Your Identity, Healing from Religious Trauma. We're going to talk about how distorted doctrine, misuse authority, and fear-based faith systems have silenced women for too long, and how God is calling you back to yourself and back to Him, stronger, freer, and more aligned than ever before. So subscribe now, share this series with someone who needs to heal, and comment, "My purpose is rising," below if this series has blessed your life. And I'll see you in the next one, my Purpose Warriors.